where is Latte today? Where's Latte when we need him?
Facts. I wish he played. I wish I had him on PlayStation if he did play PlayStation.
He'd probably be playing COD, but like still though, if he saw Tekken characters, he would like,
Alright, so
oh my gosh, he don't get
let me know when you guys
would be Gigas.
let me know when you guys get into the to the stream, and I'll start showing y'all how to check and parry.
See, I would, but that would. See, I'm at someone's house, and they don't have internet, so I'm forced to use hotspot. So me touching my phone would be dangerous to be playing.
Yeah, okay.
DeLorean, you can still do it because I look back on streams anyway. It's a regular thing for me to look back on streams anyway. So
well,
yeah,
then I'll just find your YouTube channel.
Yeah, this is going to be a short tutorial of how to check and parry. Now, check and parrying is the hardest thing to do, especially on net play. So beware of that. If you're not on a 4-bar connection or higher, check and parrying is going to be a problem for you. But if you haven't noticed, you'll see most Asuka players throw out this parry right here. Now, there's a lot of other characters that has a reversal. This is what it's actually called, a reversal. Where if you throw, or where you were to hit them in the middle of this animation at all, then they'll do a throw to counter you, which is called a reversal. And it looks similar to a parry, it really does. Reversals, they can parry kicks and punches. So those are the first things that you need to note first. Kicks and punches are going to get reversed. Now, what can't get reversed are headbutts, elbows, and knees. So watch, if Asuka does this parry, I can knee her and she won't do the reversal. You see that? I basically hit her with Brian's knee, no reversal. So let's try with an elbow. See, she can't reverse it. Alright, another thing that reversals are weak to are throws. If you see your opponent is throwing out nothing but reversals after every unsafe string or safe string, then you go ahead and you can grab them. So let me show you what that looks like. Now, let's say your opponent is really good at quick timing reversals. This is going to be a problem, especially for people at the lower ranks who don't know how to get around this. And this is really important because you need to learn how to tech throws if you're going to get anywhere higher in the ranking system. You're also going to need to know how to tech throws if you're ever going to get anywhere in the competitive scene. And there's going to be some Asuka players, some Paul players, and Nina players who like to throw out reversals. You have to know how to chicken parry them, or at least get around them. So chicken parrying is reversing a reversal or countering a reversal. And what you do is when you throw out a punch or a kick, so let's say square or X, you have to press the grab button immediately in one frame. Press the grab button, so square and X at the same time, and then forward in one frame. It's really hard to do. And if you're paying attention to what's going on, you'll notice that when you go to chicken parry a reversal, the announcer will say chicken. So listen for that.
What's up, Dexter?
Alright, so now for chicken parrying is very specific towards the limb that you throw out. So if it's anywhere on the left side or the left limb, so the left hand or the left leg, you want to press square and X and then forward at the same time. If it's anywhere on the right side, the right limbs, either your right punch or your right kick, then you want to press triangle and circle as well as forward at the same time. So watch. Now if I throw out a punch or a kick on the right side and then try to chicken parry it with a left side throw, the parry or reversal is going to win because I didn't tech it right. You see that? I pressed square. Wow. You see that? I pressed triangle, couldn't reverse it because it's on the left side. But if I press triangle or circle and then parry with the right side throw, then it'll work. Now, chicken parrying is really hard. It takes 1 frame to do it. And to explain how it works in that 1 frame, the minute you throw out that limb, the second you throw out that limb, do not hesitate to press the accurate throw and forward at the same time. Otherwise, you're going to get beat out by the parry. And like I said, there's always other options. Another option that you could use to chicken parry a reversal is go low. Chicken parries and reversals are universally mid and high, so you can go low. Just like how if you was to throw out a throw, if you was to go low when someone throws out a throw, the throw will get beat out by that low. It's the same concept when you're trying to beat out a parry. So you have knees that can't be parried, elbows that can't be parried, headbutts that can't be parried, throws that can't be parried, and of course, lows. So there's multiple ways to get around a reversal. If you can't chicken parry, I would suggest throwing, and if your opponent is really accurate at quick parries or quick reversals, then just do a little low, an unforeseeable low. Don't do anything like a snake edge or a hell sweep or any low that your opponent will be able to see and react to, because they can decide to hold that parry as long as possible. So if they decide that they see that you're going for a foreseeable sweep, then all they have to do is stop holding that parry button and then immediately block low, and then they get a launch setup off of it. So it's a bad idea to do something like snake edge, but you can do, you know, an unforeseeable low, or an elbow, or a headbutt, or a knee. If your character doesn't have knees, elbows, and headbutts, then you have to resort to throwing or going low. And there are certain characters like that, like Kazumi, Jin, Devil Jin. They're like that. They don't have knees and elbows per se, they just have punches and kicks and throws. So that's what you would have to rely on, which would be going low. But for characters like Heihachi, Brian, Feng Wei, who have headbutts, shoulders. Oh yeah, another thing too is that shoulders can't be parried. So yeah, headbutts, shoulders, knees, elbows, none of that can be parried. So if you play a character, then you have all the options to beat out a reversal. But if you don't play a character who has those options, resort to using an unforeseeable low, and try to use a frame trap. So since, for instance, I main Warang, I don't have knees and elbows. So if I do anything, they can just decide to throw out a reversal in the middle of whatever string that I do, or just throw out a reversal the minute I try to start up my pressure. The best way to get around that is for me to go low. Warang has one of the best unforeseeable lows / frame traps in the game, being down 3-4. It's an unforeseeable low. It puts him in right flamingo stance, and it gives him a lot of available options. And if my opponent decides that since they see me in flamingo that they're going to throw out a parry, it gives me more of the option to sweep them or actually go low. Another thing too is that Warang's sweep is unforeseeable. So let me show you guys that. Alright, so Again, if I'm throwing out a punch, it's going to get parried. If I throw out a kick, it's going to get parried. And I don't have knees and elbows. So, to beat out a parry, especially against an Asuka, a Paul, or a Nina who have a legit reversal, I have to go low. And if they decide that after that they're going to keep throwing parries, I can sweep them, or I can go for another low. I can also note to go for a throw. Or if you're speed kicks, then just chicken parry, if you're good at it. Chicken parrying takes a lot of practice, so if you're going to go with chicken parrying being your main option to counter reversals, then it's really good to practice at least 2 hours a day for about 3 or 4 days straight, and then you'll have it down packed. Of course, that would mean that you would have to be able to run into this character online or in the tournament scene and try it out, or just offline in general, you know? I know a lot of people who say that they have friends who play offline Tekken with them and they spam reversals and they just can't get around it. In the offline scene, it's a lot easier to do a chicken parry. You actually have 2 or 3 frames to do it as opposed to 1 frame to do it. But online, if it's a 4-bar connection, you have exactly 1 frame. And as you can see, throwing out the wrong counter to the reversal can be the death of me. So, yeah. And there you go. And that's how you know how to chicken. Now, characters who don't have a reversal that you cannot counter or reverse yourself or do a counter reversal to the reversal is like Jin. Jin has a legit parry, Geese Howard has a legit parry, and Brian Fury has a legit parry. There's other characters that are mentioned, but you'll have to figure them out because I don't want to go through the entire roster. But these are an example of characters that have legit counters and not reversals. A counter is when you deflect a certain move using what looks like a parry or a reversal, but it's just a counter. It forces you to win. And depending on the character with the counter or parry, it could mean a full-fledged combo. Now, Jin, if he parries anything, he gets a full combo, period. So, barely note that. Alright, so this is what Jin's reversal looks like. As you can see, when Jin went to parry or reverse, he didn't really reverse it, he just forced it to whiff. And this is a problem. As you can see, he's forcing me to whiff, and he can get a guaranteed can kick or with great godlike execution and electric off of this, and this is really scary. If you see a Jin player throwing out a reversal constantly or throwing out a counter, it's better to just go low. He can't parry or counter lows. So it's better to go with that option or to go for a grab. Grabs are a little bit more risky though because Jin's parry is a 1-frame parry. So he does have enough time to tech you and your grab wouldn't be counted as an actual punish. And there you go. And that's basically how you get around counters or parries in the game. I hope that this tutorial helped a few people out, but you definitely have to go to practice if you're going to master chicken parrying a little bit, or just get used to it. At least that way you can expect it when you go up against characters with actual reversals.
Oh.